Hello, everybody. Hello, YouTube. Hello, art history enthusiasts and visual culture aficionados. It's me again, Miss M, and I'm back with yet another video. This time, we're going to talk about The Shining again, and I hope you're ready, because I know I'm not. I spent, oh good heavens, a little bit of time setting this up, setting all the stuff up for this video, because I wanted to be sure that I didn't get in trouble this time like I did last time with the copyright issue. So we're not going to do that again. No, we're not going to do that again. What I'm going to do this time is we're going to use screenshots. Okay, so I took photos on my computer of the movie, and we're gonna look at the frames of the movie that I have screenshot or screen grabbed or whatever you want to call it, and I will talk each one through. As I said last time, I'm gonna do this Shining analysis in 3-minute increments. So hopefully this, this is my file, right, for this movie. This is what I'm using, and this is where we're gonna end. As you can see, my copy is 2 hours, 23 minutes, and 38 seconds. So like I said, I'm doing 3-minute increments. We're gonna end here, okay? We're going to end here. This is exactly, for this copy, this is exactly the 6-minute mark. And that's where we're going to end our analysis for this video. I'm not going to make any promises this time because I always break them. So, you're going to just call me a fibber. And I'm not going to let that happen. So I'm not going to promise. I'm going to keep this short because there's, oh no, this isn't going to be short at all. I have 22 screen grabs that I want to discuss, and they're in chronological order, and I've sized them perfectly to fit this screen grab video thing that I'm using. And I'm going to just talk it through. Like somebody once told me that I do with this movie. I'm going to John Madden this movie. Rest in peace, John Madden. And we'll just see where it goes. I can't promise anything. I can't promise that it's going to be a short video because it's not. I can't promise that it's not going to be boring because I don't know. I just don't know. But I can promise that I'm going to do my best to explain this thing to you in a way that I believe is understandable and clear and concise, and in a way that I believe, in my opinion, is unique. I don't think anybody's done it this way before. This is tedious. You can see that. I spend an hour discussing 3 minutes of footage. I said an hour. That's not a promise, but, it's an approximation. It might be more. We'll see. God help us all. God help me, that's for sure. So, and at the end of this video, gosh, I hope I don't forget. If I forget, I'm just going to have to make another video. But I'm going to talk about the giveaway and how to qualify for it if you're interested in winning whatever prize I end up giving. Again, it's going to be Shining related. So if you're a Shining aficionado or a Shining enthusiast or a Shiner, yeah, this is for you. This is my way of saying thank you to you for watching my channel and watching these videos and whatever. It's my way of showing my appreciation. So with all that being said, now that I got all that out the way, I'm going to get going with my screen grabs. I've only got 2 links this time, but they're pretty good ones. I'm going to always include links for further reading if you would like to do further reading. I've already shown you like KDK12, that blog. I've shown you Rob Ager's website where he's got all those different chapters, all his articles where he talks about all the different stuff. He's amazing. KDK12 is amazing. And I'll share my links with you near the end of the video, right before I talk about the giveaway and then, wrap up the video. So anyway, this guy, Stuart. If you're a Shining aficionado, you should already know who this is. And you probably know like all of the little hidden knowledge about this character, how The Shining was cut a couple of minutes because there was a final scene with this character in there that Stanley Kubrick looked at and he said, you know what, I better don't include this. So, and that's part of the link that I'm going to share with you near the end of the movie video. So, let's get going. I'm going to close this out and I'm going to start with my first screenshot. Here I am out, for this, I'm starting at my, my channel on YouTube, just to let you know you're in the right place. I've always got to let you know you're in the right place. So I'm making this video probably several days before it drops. So that's why you're seeing what you're seeing. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this a great deal. I can't say that enough. This is so much fun. But here we go. Okay, let's just pray for the best with this. I've lined all of these screenshots up like shots. Well, yeah, like not screenshots, but you know what kind of shots I mean. And oh God, let me just try one out. Oh, there it is. Okay, seems to be okay. This is where we ended off last time. That's why I'm starting with this one. The first 3 minutes culminate in this title card that says The Interview. And that tells you, we talked about the little car driving up the hill, and there wasn't a huge amount to discuss in the first 3 minutes. We see Jack Torrance's journey with his little yellow Volkswagen Bug chugging up the mountain on his way to the Overlook Hotel for his job interview with the guy that you just saw, Stuart Ullman. And it ends in this. This is exactly the 3-minute mark. And right before this title card, we see an overhead helicopter shot of the Overlook Hotel. Okay. And if you recall, you can go back to the other video and maybe look Red Ball and look for that. It's like Stanley Kubrick is making a point of showing us an overhead aerial view of the hotel building to the left, to the right, in the front, you can maybe even see a little bit of the back part, I guess the backyard area of the hotel. It's almost like he's begging you, the viewer, to look at it carefully and maybe make note of not just what's there, but what isn't there in this aerial survey of the hotel and its surroundings. So that's one thing. But anyway, the interview. So what's after the interview? Well, here's Jack, okay, walking in to the Overlook Hotel. We assume, we're not sure, but we assume this is his first time entering this building. All right, us, the viewer, we assume. And here he is, he's looking around, kind of like he's never been here before. And that's interesting. That's really interesting. And we'll see why later on in the movie as we go along with these videos. He's just walked in, Jack Torrance, into the lobby of the hotel, and we get right away an idea of the decor of this place. What would I call? What word would I use to characterize the decor of this hotel? I would say it's a mess. That's the word, mess. It's a mess. Nothing is together. I know this was the late 1970s when this was filmed, But they could have done better. You know, I mean, this could have been much more beautiful, even for the 1970s. Even, I know the 70s, what were the colors back then? Brown, orange, that yellowy beige color, avocado green, stuff like that. Nothing bright and lively and cheerful and fun. No, like those really kind of muddy colors that they were using that were very popular back then for furniture, for carpeting, for window treatments, for appliances, for clothes. The people, look at this guy here. I don't know what he's doing, but he seems to be lounging. And he's got oh, look at this. This is something I've never noticed before. And there's going to be a lot of that as I go along. This gentleman here, this bespectacled gentleman in his plaid sports jacket. Good heavens. Plaid sports jacket, pink shirt, khaki colored pants, and these, what are these, saddle shoes? I don't know. He's reading something. It's a little book. Either that's a cigar or a pen in his hand. Probably a cigar, because I think that's smoke over here. Or no, maybe it's not smoke. Maybe it's the inner leg of Jack Torrance's pantalones. But he's got this camera on this side table next to him. Okay. So I guess he's never been to Colorado before. He's never seen these mountains before. Maybe he's a tourist. I don't know. But I've never noticed that camera, which is interesting. Because this movie, one of the themes is seeing and being able to see and being able to understand what you're looking at. And how do cameras work? Art history enthusiasts and visual culture aficionados, what is the number one element necessary for a camera to be able to do the job that a camera is meant to do? Light. That lens and the shutter that opens and closes, it requires light in order to work, in order to capture an image of whatever it is that's being photographed. So there's this. Anyway, back to the hotel decor. No. No. I just took a sip of coffee. But no. Nothing looks right. This looks, at least in my opinion, it looks like they decorated this by driving around various neighborhoods looking for discarded furniture on the curb. That's what it looks like to me. I'm reading this decor for filth. And then look at this. Look at these chandeliers. They're interesting. I might talk about them later. The chandeliers are basically wheels, and these are fake. They're not real. Oh, good God. Sorry about that. But these lighting fixtures, or whatever these things are on here, are meant to resemble candles, lit candles, and you can see that, and you can see the reflection in the glass of these doors leading to this hallway behind this wall, and you can see through this glass these black and white pictures that you're going to see throughout the whole hotel, at least in all the public areas of the hotel, like lobbies and lounges and offices and places like that. These very simply framed black and white photos are everywhere. You can't get away from them. They're just a part of the hotel. Okay, and they're very important. If you've already watched the movie, you know why, but I'm not going to spoil it yet. So anyway, here's Jack sauntering in, right? Looking around, trying to get a feel for the place. And that's that. I already talked about the decor. I talked about this guy. I talked about this camera. And moving on. Is there anything else I want to mention? No, for now, no. So let's keep it moving. What is our next? Still, there he is again. Now, when I said that I screen grabbed frame by frame, I wasn't kidding. And look at this. Oh. Okay. He's still walking. He's just a couple of yards in to the entrance of the hotel. Everything is still the same as I described it just now. But look at these people behind him. Oh my. They're turning their heads as he walks in. I mean, it seems that they are. No, wait, no. They didn't seem interested in him a second ago. Wait a minute. Yeah, let me see this. Yeah, they were minding their own business a second ago. Look at this. And as he walks by, they seem to noticeably turn their heads in his direction. Jack's direction. And the wonderful thing about casting the person named Jack to play a person named Jack is that no matter no matter when you say the word Jack, you're always talking about the same guy, whether it's the character or the actor that's playing him. Genius. But yeah, and he's walking in, and they seem to have turned their heads to look at him. That's interesting. Now this here, make note of that. I'm hovering my cursor over this other end table right next to this column. This, I don't even know what color this is. Is it clay colored, peach colored, orange, a pastel red color? I don't know, but it's garish. This pinky lavendery colored, what looks like a magazine here. It might be the magazine that is often discussed when people are analyzing this movie. Later on in the movie, not much later on, but later on, you're going to see Jack in this area once again, sitting down. I don't know if it's in one of these chairs, probably, eating a sandwich and reading a magazine with a cover that is very, very similar to the color of the cover of this magazine lying here on this end table. So make note of that. I will discuss it when we get to it. I hope I remember to discuss it. I probably will remember. Anyway, he's continuing to saunter. Okay, and I can't get over how ugly this is. Look at this trimming on the ceiling. No, just no. Look at these plaid curtains over here. Native American designs on the floor and what have you. Gold curtains here. This very dark brown painted framing of these glass doors. Just gross. Just gross. And look at also this molding, or paneling, whatever it's called on the wall here. Look at these. Look at these. Do they or do they not look like crosses? Is this just my imagination? Or do these look an awful lot like crosses? If you want to comment, please let me know whether or not I'm just seeing things, but that is what I see. So, okay, so Jack is walking to his destination in the hotel. He just got there. All right, what's next? This. He makes his way to this reception counter in the lobby. Here's the lady, who's obviously tending the counter. And it says reception here as well. Notice the Z's at the top of these columns. Is that just kind of a pattern, a design, or are those Z's deliberate? Something to think about. I don't know what to think. I'm just pointing it out. If you want to think about it, I know I'm thinking about it. And then he's, I cannot play the video and I cannot play the audio. So I'm just going to have to tell you, he shows up and he says, "Hi, I'm here to see Mr. Ullman." And this lady says, "Oh yeah, that his office is right over there." Okay, cool. These people. And these people. Look at them. Well, I don't know which pair of people to talk about first. I'll talk about these over here. There's a man, and I think a woman, through this glass. They're on the other side of the glass door. And they all, just like those people over there that we just passed, that were sitting in those lounge chairs, they seemed to turn their attention to Jack as he walked in, and he was walking through the lobby on his way to this reception area. Same thing here. You can't see them. You can't make out their faces. And I know this isn't a very sharp photo, but you can't make out their faces. But as you watch the movie, you can make out that this guy is dressed like a waiter or a bellboy, and this lady is wearing some kind of dress, and they seem to be quite conspicuous. Look at their line of sight. It's right towards Jack. They seem to be conspicuously staring at him through the glass. Why? I don't know, but we can speculate, can't we? That's the fun part of analyzing movies like this. So they, just like those people over there sitting down, these people over here, I think an employee of the hotel. This woman might also be an employee of the hotel. I don't know in what capacity, but she seems very chummy with this bellboy / waiter. And their line of sight is right towards Jack over here. They're interested. They seem to know that he's supposed to be there at that time. Or they've been maybe told that he's on his way and he's arrived, and they know that there's something about this guy that is interesting in the world of this story. Make of that what you will. Okay, I talked about them. Not much more to say about them other than they seem to be noticeably turning their attention towards Jack, just like those people in the lounge chairs in the lobby. The guy, the old dude, that was sitting down with the camera on the end table and reading whatever he was reading and smoking a cigar, he didn't seem concerned at all about Jack. Not even a little bit. Okay, so that's notable as well. Now these two, they're dressed in kind of a sporty way. The man here and the woman. With the man, I guess this is the late 70s, men still dressed, I guess, reasonably, respectably. They wore shirts, they wore ties, they wore jackets. And this, he's not wearing that. He's wearing athletic shoes, like, sneakers, tennis shoes, and a short sleeve shirt. And this woman too, she seems to be dressed to go out and be athletic. And she's wearing a visor, and she's got her hair in a ponytail, and she's carrying a tennis racket. I know the quality of these screenshots is not awesome, but she's carrying a tennis racket. Remember when I said that the helicopter or the aerial view of the hotel right before the interview title card seemed to hover deliberately above the hotel to give you a pretty good perspective of what's in front of it, what's to the side of it, what's to the other side of it, etc. Do any of you who might be watching and listening to this, do any of you recall seeing a tennis court? I didn't. But then again, I might have missed it, or maybe it's kind of hidden, or whatever. But they're obviously off to play tennis, and I'm thinking, where? Where are they going to play tennis? I don't see tennis. I don't see a swimming pool. I don't see anything other than just this building, and maybe the parking lot in front of it, and that's about it. So, that's my observation. But, so this is what we've got going on. Okay, moving on to the next slide. This is like, remember slideshows? Y'all, weren't they marvelous? Back in the day, back in this day, actually, this time in history, that's when they had that's when slideshows were at their peak. Okay, so he's just been told where to go to see Stuart Ullman, the manager of the hotel, in the office to sit down for his interview, and he's walking towards there, all right? And there's the old guy with the camera and the, what did I say, saddle shoes. And there's this TV. You're going to see this TV again in the movie later on, if you watch it. The TV is conspicuously missing something. As you can see, it's an old-timey TV. It's made of wood, or at least what looks like wood. Maybe it's particle board. I don't know. It's up on these little legs. It's in front of this double door, glass door. There's light coming from behind the TV, and it's got doors, like a cabinet. So if you close the doors, I guess it looks just like a regular cabinet or a bureau or something like that. There's something missing, though. It's missing now, and it'll be missing later on when we see it again in the movie. I won't tell you what it is yet, but you might be able to figure it out, especially if you've already watched this movie, and especially if you've already gone through all of these, conspiratorial analyses of the movie. So I'm just going to keep it moving. Next slide. Here we go. He's still on his way. He's still on his way to the office. Here's some more of those crosses that I mentioned in the paneling, molding, whatever you call it, on the wall. There's this hallway leading over there. Let me tell you something. There's a reason why I say go look at Rob Baker's website and stuff, and go look at KDK-12's that I linked to, I think, in the first video, like the overview video of this Shining series that I'm doing. Because these people like Rob Baker, people like the person who runs KDK-12, have mapped out the hotel in exacting detail, this Overlook Hotel where we are now. And I think several people have done this, but, I know Rob Baker and KDK-12 the best. I've studied their stuff the most, rather. How do I put this without startling you? This staircase, and Jack turns his attention towards this staircase, probably because there's an attractive woman descending the staircase. And the stairs happen to be a very deep shade of red. Interesting. And if you can see this, look at this part, look at it. More of those black and white pictures that are everywhere. I told you they're everywhere, and I said they're everywhere. I meant it. So, there's this, and these stairs, she's descending these stairs. There's this little partition, okay? And the photographs and whatever. And where do these stairs go? Nowhere. If you don't believe me, look it up. Go to Rob Baker's website. Go to KDK-12. Alright, go to my first video on this. Click on those links, look around, and come back to me if you don't agree with me. These stairs lead to absolutely nowhere. Where in the world is this lady coming from? Nowhere? Is she a phantom? What in the world is going on? So that's that. This impossible staircase. And there's a lot of impossible stuff. We're about to see some more impossible stuff. And we just barely got started. We're not even at the 6-minute mark yet. Not even close. Okay, and then also this little kind of rickety table over here is a scale model of the maze that you will become familiar with later as we go along. So I'm not going to talk too much of it now, but here it is, just to let you know. There it is. And this impossible staircase, and possibly impossible woman if she's coming from nowhere, good heavens. And then there's this hallway. Who are these people? What is this man holding? He seems to be a guest at the hotel. Is this more sporting equipment for, tennis courts and golf courses and swimming pools that don't exist? I don't know. I'm just letting you know what I see. Anyway, more of these funky chandeliers. This niche in the wall. What is supposed to be here? I can't see what's supposed to be in here, at least not from this angle. Is it empty? I'm not sure. So I won't venture. I'm not going to guess. I'm just going to tell you what I do see, not what I don't see. Well, no, actually, I am going to tell you what I don't see sometimes, but you know what I mean. Anyway, moving on. So he's on his way to the office to go visit Stuart Ullman, the manager of the hotel. That's what the beginning part of this movie is about. All right. Impossible staircase. What is this? What is this man holding? He's got a bellboy, 2 suitcases. He's got to. This is an elevator. This is not the elevator, but it is an elevator in this movie. When I say the elevator, you're going to see what I mean later on. So let's keep it moving. All right. Next. Why did I do 2 shots of this? Oh, good heavens. Wait, I think I can see why. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. No, that's not why. That's not why. Why did I do 2 shots? Well, his head. This woman, she's, again, descending these very dark red, I would even call them burgundy colored stairs. Carrying a file or some kind of notebook. So that tells me she works here. Okay, she works in the hotel. And I did this because this is even more obvious that Jack has turned his attention towards this woman. Is it because he thinks she's attractive or because he's wondering where she's coming from? I don't know, and it's none of my business. But that's why I wanted, because this emphasizes that he's looking over there. That's why I included this screenshot. I still can't see anything in this niche. Nothing. There's a big square in the middle of the floor here. Interesting. Again, this Native American design. What's going on? And then this tapestry. What is this thing? A lot of researchers and analysts who do this movie talk at length about this tapestry and this driftwood sculpture underneath it in this hallway. One thing I should tell you, and that others have mentioned in their analyses, you're going to see a lot of diamonds in this movie. And I don't mean actual stones, like precious stones, diamonds. I mean diamond shapes. This tapestry, this thing in the middle of this square on the floor, the border of it, or this part here, another, I guess you could call it a diamond. It could be interpreted as a diamond. There's a lot of, I don't know why they're there, but I am going to point them out when I see them, if I manage to see them in time. So there's that. Again, he's still on his way to see Stuart Ullman. So, next slide. He's finally entered the manager's office, at least the front part of the manager's office, where the secretary is. And one thing, because I can't do audio, and audio is important, but I've watched this movie so many times that I almost know verbatim what's said in each scene. I know, you can think what you want about me. Yeah, I'm a little weird. But as he walks into this office, what you hear is typing. He's turning his head over here, so somebody's sitting at this desk over here that's not in the view of this shot, but somebody's probably sitting over here typing away. And that struck me when I just watched these last 3 minutes, up until the 6-minute mark. When I was watching this part, I said, oh, typing. I've never noticed that before. Or maybe I've noticed it, but I've never paid much attention to it. Somebody is typing. Typing, another big part of this movie. Another thing to notice and make note of when you're watching this thing. The sound of typing. And then over here to Jack's right, there's these photographs on the wall framed, and they are of the hotel. Well, this one is, I think, of the hotel. And then this seems to be the surrounding nature. This seems to be the same mountain from... Oh, my goodness. The same mountain from, like, Is it 3 different distances? It's not 3 different perspectives. It seems to be the same angle. But, here, this, and this, and then this is the mountain, and I assume the hotel, like, coated in snow. Whoever, in the world of this movie, whoever built this hotel and whoever's in charge of maintaining it and running it and whatever, they're really into this building. They're really proud of this hotel and the surroundings, and maybe this is a winter, spring, summer, fall thing, like maybe the hotel in all 4 seasons. I don't know. And if that is what's going on, winter, spring, summer, fall, how would I know the difference? This is obviously winter with all this snow. Maybe with all of these flowers and everything, this is spring or summer, and one or the other of these is fall, and so winter, let's say summer, spring, and fall, one of these. I don't know. Okay, so they're really into this hotel. There are several portraits of the hotel throughout the hotel. And I guess that's, to me, that's a little peculiar. But that's just me. But, okay, so he's on his way. And this painting over here, I don't know the name of it. I know it's been mentioned in other discussions of this movie. And a lot of the wall art, the paintings, the prints, the photographs that are on the walls of the Overlook Hotel. Some people go the extra mile. They go above and beyond the call of duty to talk about these. I'm not doing that here, but I am drawing your attention to this. This is odd. This is odd. Okay, moving on. We're not even halfway done, but we're making progress. Here he is. This is the hotel in this winter photo, which is odd because they say that nobody's ever here during the winter. The lies. Anyway, so he's knocking on the door, asking, hey, can I come in? And they say, oh, hey, Jack, come on in. Okay, whatever. And this is Ullman. He's wearing glasses. He's writing something with a pen, maybe signing a document. Who knows? The inside of this office is that same peach or clay color that I mentioned on those columns outside in the lobby that I don't like. It looks like a puke kind of color. It's gross. Again, this is just my opinion. Notice that the lights are on. These, I assume they're fluorescent lights, which is interesting. And remember I just said that impossible staircase that he just passed with the woman walking down the stairs that caught his attention. Well, there's something impossible about this room. Stuart Ullman's office. If you've already watched analyses and whatever of this movie, you will know that this window should not exist. This is what is called by shining aficionados the impossible window. And it's not the only one, but it's sort of one of the most obvious impossible windows in the hotel. Nobody ever explains this. Nobody says, oh, this window, and just explains what's going on. No, people notice it. They have a theory as to why it's there. Unfortunately, we can't ask the people who made this movie. The director is no longer on this plane of existence. So, yeah, but this is an impossible window. It's got curtains. It's got this garish light, this blaring light coming through it. And this, I guess this is imitating some kind of vegetation, bushes, shrubbery, whatever. And people talk about this eagle that is perched on this windowsill in analyses of this. Okay. People don't really concentrate very much on the clutter on Ullman's desk, but we're going to get a shot of it later. Yeah. And here he is, Jack, politely knocking and asking if he can come in. It's time for his interview. I assume he's either on time or early, but that's what we got going on. All right, this false window, this impossible window, and these very bright fluorescent lights. So what do we have going on here? No matter how you slice it, this room here, Ullman's office, is filled with what I guess you could call false light. This is not natural light. It's daytime, but it doesn't matter because this is a fake window. A false window, an impossible window. So this is not daylight coming through this. I don't care what anybody says. This is not daylight coming through this window. It is daytime. He's arrived at this hotel in the daytime. But I don't know. This false light is coming through the window, and there's false light coming from these huge rectangular fluorescent lights on the ceiling. Make of that what you will. So, what did I say last time? Did I say I think false light means deception, lies, trickery? My opinion. That's it and that's all. Let's keep it moving. Here we are again. Handshake. I'm not going to talk about this. Other people have talked about this. Trying to keep it clean. All right. What we see here is more of these black and white photos. They're just, you can see a little bit of them, but they're there. You can see them. And you see in this office, it's kind of cramped. You'd think if this guy is a big shot at this hotel, he's the dude that runs the place, he's interviewing Jack, you'd think he'd have a more spacious office. But he doesn't. All right, he just doesn't. This is his secretary, Susie. She happens to have red hair. She's wearing brown. They're shaking hands, introducing themselves to each other. What I noticed about this office, in addition to the fact that it's quite narrow, and this impossible window, and all this false light, this radio, and it's gonna play a big role later on in the movie. This radio is for communicating. For the younger people in the audience, this is one method of communication that has now become obsolete for most people. Some people had these in their homes. I don't know if this is a CB radio or something along those lines, but it's a communication apparatus other than a telephone. Okay, there's a map on here. Is this a map of the different districts or whatever of Colorado? Because that's where we are in this movie. This all takes place in Colorado. This is quite possibly a clock, or maybe it's not a clock on the wall here that I'm circling with my cursor. Maybe it's a barometer. I'm wondering. Also, I see some clutter in this office. I mean, I see a lot of clutter on the desk, but I see some clutter. Look at this corner over here. You have these black and white photos that are everywhere, including in this office, and you're going to see more of them. But you also have this box just kind of thrown there. It just seems like somebody needs to do a little housekeeping. Why is this box here? This bugs me. This box is bothering me. Why is it there? Why don't they have somebody empty it or clean it out or move it somewhere or put it in one of these cabinets? My goodness. Again. And then there's all of these things on the wall. Probably awards or recognitions from the state or, things like that. All those, phony awards that people get from the Chamber of Commerce or what's the other one? Various organizations, they like to pat each other on the back. And there's, they're shaking hands, introducing themselves. So, and they also, look at these shelves in the office. They're built into the wall. I don't think they're shelves that can be removed. They're part of the wall. And these, like ferns or whatever kind of plants are in these pots. Are they fake too? Is this thing over here in the corner, is that fake too? Are these real plants, living plants that need water and care Or are they just another ruse? Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised, actually. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Let me keep going. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a long video. Strap in. So we just, Jack just introduced himself to the manager of the hotel, Stuart Ullman. He's on time, I assume, for this interview. And then we cut away to this apartment building in the movie is identified as an apartment building in Boulder, Colorado. And what you see immediately is mountains. This is, I guess, a lower altitude because there's no snow on these. Parking lot with these cars that were, these cars though. These cars, these, they're not classic cars, I don't think, but this is what people were driving at the time. This was it. And if you were alive at this time or shortly after this time, you remember cars like this. I'm not going to age myself. There's a little basketball hoop over here. There's more greenery. And this apartment building, let me know if you see it too. It's somehow reminiscent of the Overlook Hotel. There's mountains, or this, whatever this is, behind it, right? A parking lot in front of it, just like the hotel. And these windows are all facing one way. All right? And to me, it looks very stern and very kind of severe. It doesn't look like a nice, bright, happy set of buildings or building complex. It looks kind of like a prison. Not much pizzazz going on with the design of this building. It's just as basic can be. Very square looking, very severe looking. But that's just my opinion. But again, he's showing us this external shot of this building to emphasize that all of the windows point in one direction. Okay? That's it and that's all. Now that being said, okay, all of these windows, balconies, whatever, point in one direction. Whatever that means is what it means, but he's showing it to us. All right? And again, it seems quite reminiscent of what we just saw with the Overlook Hotel building and how it's situated and positioned. So let's keep it moving. Yes. This is the first thing we see after we see the external shot of the apartment building where Jack lives with his wife, Wendy, and his son, Danny. And again, I can't do audio, but in the background of this scene, you can hear there's a TV on somewhere in this space, and you hear cartoon music. Yeah, so there's a cartoon playing on the TV. And I'll talk about what cartoon that probably is in a second. Now look at this. This is a very claustrophobic shot. It's zoomed in on these two, and there's more clutter. Clutter. A lot of people, like me, have an issue with clutter. I can't stand it. But it's not just because of the clutter itself. No, it's because of what it might mean. And what it might mean is that something is not in balance in the life of the individual living in this kind of clutter. I'm not trying to judge anybody. People live the way they live. But this, to me, looks like something is in flux. This is not a settled situation. This is a situation that looks literally thrown together. Now, this might not look like much. Once again, it might not look like, okay, there's a whole bunch of books, stacks of books over here, a row of books on this, again, rickety looking shelf on the wall. Just, I'll start from the top and I'll work my way down to the bottom of the screen. Row of books, all falling to one side, to the left, on this shelf that does not look very stable, at least not to me. What's in front of these books over here? A salt and pepper shaker. Golly, a salt and pepper shaker. Next to it, what seems like a figurine that's trying to maybe mimic jade of what looks like an elephant. This, I'm circling it with my cursor. There it is. So, books all leaning over. How are they not falling over? Maybe there's a bookend. Probably that's what's holding everything up. Barely, but holding it up. Salt and pepper shaker, elephant, and a box of Q-tips. Look at this. I think it's Q-tips. You can see the Q here and the little cotton balls and, you know, Q-tips. If it's not Q-tips, then it's definitely cotton balls. But Q-tips are for... What are Q-tips for? They're for cleaning wax out of your ears. And for you know, they have other uses, putting makeup on and stuff like that. Or even cleaning your window, which I've been doing. I like to clean, okay? Don't judge me. But Q-tips, they have all kinds of uses, but the first thing you think of when you think Q-tips is cleaning the ears. Okay, so we've dealt with that. Now moving on lower, here's an ironing board. Okay, an ironing board with some laundry in a laundry basket on top of it. Another stack of books. And a baseball. A baseball. People. I know that there's a kid living here and he probably loves baseball, but that's not why this is there. That's not why this is here too. Good question to ask about the clothes in this basket. Are they clean? They might not be. Are they clean laundry or dirty laundry? There's no way to answer that question, but it's something to consider. This baseball, again, a ball. I think, is it a baseball or another kind of ball? I'm not sure. But you will see another ball in the movie later on. Plays a big role. Stanley is messing with us. Okay? Stanley is just messing with us. Whew. On an ironing board, of all things. Ironing board, ironing board. Something needs to get ironed out. I don't know. Okay, moving on to the next level. So I already talked about this corner over here. Two stacks of, and all these books look old, by the way. Every single last book looks like it was bought at like the library, trying to get rid of their old stuff sale, or a swap meet, or a garage sale, or like somebody going to throw these books away, and you know, this one, she wanted to save them or something. And then there's this box, cardboard box, with a red stripe on this side. Then there's this cylinder-looking thing. I don't know what it is. And I'm not even going to venture a guess. But it is there. That's all I'm doing. I'm pointing out that it is there. Okay, moving down one level once again. There he is, Danny Torrance, eating what I think, is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. He's wearing red, white, and blue. His mother is also wearing red, white, and blue. Is eating a sandwich off of this plate, and the plate has like a floral or a fall leaves kind of pattern. So does hers. All right, he's got a glass of milk over here to go with his peanut butter jelly sandwich. And we all know when you eat a peanut butter sandwich, you need that milk to wash everything down. Yellow, red, green stripes with a diamond design. I told you you're going to see a lot of diamonds. Here they are again. And here she is. She's got very black hair. She's got that face, that very unique face of hers. She's wearing red, white, and blue. Like I said, the white is not as easy to identify as it is on Danny's shirt, but it's there. These little squares are white. Okay. She's got a cup. We assume it's a coffee cup. All right. She's reading a copy of Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Okay. Good heavens. She's also got a sandwich on her plate. She hasn't taken a bite out of it yet. She's just engrossed in this book. And she's got an ashtray. You can see the smoke coming off of this lit cigarette. And what brand does she smoke? Why do I know this? Well, because I was alive in the 80s. And that's all I'm going to say. Virginia Slims. She's smoking Virginia Slims lights. It's not the regular. And those of you who smoke or who know about tobacco and cigarettes, you know that there are different gradations of cigarettes. There's regular, there's light, there's ultra light, there's slims, there's ultra slims, there's 100s, there's 120s. Okay, so Virginia Slims is considered a ladies' brand of cigarettes. It wasn't always that way, but that's how it evolved. Virginia Slims lights with this gold part, and it's got a little stripe here. You could barely see it here, but if you know, you know. She got a lighter next to it. The lighter is blue. This is a soft pack. It's not a hard pack. Yes, Virginia Slims comes in hard packs and soft packs. I don't know why on earth anybody would want to buy soft pack cigarettes, but that's none of my business. This happens to be a soft pack. Does it say something about the owner? You know, is she weak or soft in some way? I don't know. I don't know. There's obviously a design on the rim of this ashtray, but it's too blurry and I cannot make it out. All right, what else? She's sitting in a white chair. You can see that. She's got this, what looks like a plastic or vinyl tablecloth with a gingham pattern, this red and white checked pattern that is usually associated with food and, like, you know, a down-home country picnic kind of deal. This is not, I don't think this is real cloth. It looks a little bit shiny. Yeah, it's reflecting these. So if it's more shining. If it's reflecting these items, the images of these, that means it's a reflective surface. That means it's probably plastic or nylon or something like that. Behind her, some of you younger people might be, you know, you see this, and you see this very 70s looking floral pattern on this thing, and you might think, what is that? If you think that at all. What it is probably a TV tray. Okay? That's what it is. Now this red thing and this what looks like a kind of net hanging here, I don't know what that is. I don't see it after this shot. And I cannot identify it. Is this a shirt hanging on maybe a hanger? Is it a bag hanging off of a door handle or a cabinet handle? I don't know. But I'm just saying there's a net here or something that looks like netting. And, you know, is this a bag of onions? I don't know. And this red thing, is it a bag? Is it an article of clothing? Possibly. She happens to be wearing a very prominent red undershirt under this shift that she's wearing, the blue and white shift. And that's that. I think I've done as much as I can with this. So let's keep it moving. Yeah, I told you this was going to be long. I promised you, you know what? Finally, I'm keeping my promise. I said it's going to be long, and it's long. So here we are again. Yeah, frame by frame, I told you. He's eating his sandwich. And she's reading her Catcher in the Rye book. Hasn't taken a bite of her sandwich yet. And the smoke. You can see the smoke. The smoke is there for a reason. Why? I don't know. Is there something? Is Stanley trying to invoke the thought of something like a smoke signal, which is another way of communicating that isn't a telephone and or isn't a radio and isn't a homing pigeon? And isn't the Pony Express, and isn't a letter, and, you know, this is before the internet, don't forget that. So smoke, noticeable smoke, coming from this lit cigarette. I mentioned his milk. The milk is white. Don't forget that the milk is white. I know that sounds ludicrous for me to even point that out, but the milk is white. in this glass with the diamond pattern and the yellow, red, and green stripes. Her coffee cup. Her coffee cup. You couldn't see it because it was behind this book when she was taking sips from it while reading. But as she moves her arm and puts the coffee cup on the table, you see that what's on the coffee cup? Tom and Jerry. Cartoon characters. Not just cartoon characters, but cartoon characters that are very well known for fighting and chasing each other around the house like a couple of little maniacs. We all love them. Now they consider it too violent for the children. I just don't know what this world is coming to. But, okay. That's what's going on. Tom and Jerry is on her coffee cup. Cool. He's still eating a sandwich. You still can't see what's on his shirt, but I think in the next screenshot you will be able to. There's a spoon here that just doesn't seem to have anything to do, because you can't eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with a spoon. That wouldn't make any sense. I don't see any Nesquik or Ovaltine or anything anywhere near this glass of milk. So that's why I say that, because that's what you usually stir into milk with a spoon. Yeah, Nesquik, Ovaltine, Hershey chocolate syrup, stuff like that. Strawberry milk, strawberry Nesquik. None of that. If it's here, it's out of frame, because there's no reason for this spoon to be there other than possibly to send some kind of message that has been missed by analysts and researchers, all of them who have analyzed and researched this movie. Why is the spoon there? It doesn't have anything to do. And the spoon is right next to this device. And I know it's hard to make it out, but this looks like a viewing device of some kind. I don't know what it's called. You've heard of binoculars? We know what binoculars are. Binoculars means two lenses together, and you look through them to see stuff that's far away. Yeah. I don't know what it's called when it's just one binocular. I know that's not what it's called or how to say it, but that's I can't think of any other way to characterize this. And this is next to Danny, next to his place setting at the table, so I assume it belongs to him. Is this an actual, serious piece of camera equipment, or is this just one of Danny's toys? It looks serious to me, and if you look at the thumbnail for this video that I used, that's why I used it. That's a photograph of a behind-the-scenes situation of Stanley Kubrick filming one particular shot of this movie, or not filming it, but preparing to film it. And he uses equipment that he looks through very similar to this. It's just one lens. It's not two lenses, so it's not binoculars. Is Stanley saying something about Danny, if this does in fact belong to Danny? We have no way of knowing that it belongs to Danny other than its proximity to him in this scene. Does Danny have the gift of sight or clairvoyance or whatever? And once again, these lenses can only work if there is light present, no matter what the situation is. Okay. Is he saying that Danny has the gift of sight, or is he comparing himself to Danny, or Danny to himself? Is this Stanley Kubrick's proxy in the film? I don't know. And I can't answer that question. I'm just mentioning it because I think it warrants mentioning. Okay, let's keep it moving. I think I did everything I could with this. Yeah, Virginia Sampler. The lighter is blue. I don't know what. Gold. Oh, okay, we're going to talk about gold later, but it's there. It's there. Tom and Jerry. Danny's shirt that I haven't really talked about yet. I hope in the next screenshot we see it again so you get a better idea of what's on there. And okay, so we shift over to Wendy, Danny's mother, and I wanted you to get a look at this. I told you this apartment is a mess. Look at this on the stove. What are all these pots and pans doing here? And they're all a part of the same set. Again, it was the 70s. Everything looked like this. There's a coffee maker in the background. It's orange. I told you they loved that color in the 70s and early 80s. Ay. Then they deliberately made her look like this. Shelley Duvall was really not a bad looking person, but they made her look kind of drawn, and I don't know what other adjective to use, but she doesn't look okay here. They put her in these dowdy clothes and gave her this ridiculous hairdo. Look behind her, though. I already pointed out the pots and pans that somebody really needs to put away. They have no business being there unless something's cooking in them. But look here, over to the right. This is the kitchen sink with some rags hanging from the faucet, a sponge, and on this shelf there's these paper towels. I don't know what this is here. This looks like a pitcher, a yellow one. 2 bottles of dishwashing detergent. One is called Joy. The other one is called Ivory. They don't even sell these anymore. Okay. Joy and Ivory. One bottle is yellow, the other is white. Ivory. I think it's illegal now to import or to have ivory, real ivory. It comes from animals. But it's there, right? This brand name is there. Then we have what looks like a carton of milk. More red, by the way. This red, white, and blue carton of milk. And this red box, I don't know what it is or what it could be. Is it some kind of detergent? Is it laundry detergent? Is it, cereal? I don't know. There's another box here. Again, I have the same question. Is it laundry detergent? Is it a cereal? There's this cucumber. At least it looks like a cucumber to me. Kind of just perched on top of all of this stuff. The cucumber is green. I don't know why it's there. A mess. I told you, a mess. But I have to point out everything that I see. And then this over here, I don't know what this is. Is this a fan? Is it a colander? I don't know. And then this on the wall. What in the world is this, a clock? What? I can't identify this, but it's there. Okay. Anything else? She's wearing a gold chain around her neck that's barely visible here, right above the collar of her shirt. So there's that. Let me continue. Okay. Here he is again with that sandwich. And now you have a clearer view. I told you this is like a harvest kind of autumn flower pattern on the plate. He's still chomping on this sandwich, and he's got his shirt, red, white, and blue shirt. These ears, you know who they belong to. Bugs Bunny. Okay, so we have 2 cartoons that we've already cited. There's a cartoon playing on the TV, the sound, the background sound of this scene. Then we have Tom and Jerry on Wendy's coffee cup, and now we have Bugs Bunny on the shirt and what looks like a basketball hoop next to him. Okay. And again, the milk. Look at these diamonds. This viewing device here, you can see just a little bit of it. He's talking to Tony. Tony is his imaginary friend. We assume. There's this box. Remember I told you this cylindrical thing. Maybe it's just a roll of paper for wrapping things. And then there's this box again with red letters. There was the box over there with the stripe of red on it. Books, baseball. Okay, I'm not going to go over it again. So there's that. Moving on. I told you it's going to take a while. So, the first video, I didn't have much to talk about because he was just climbing up that hill. Oh, here we are, back in Stuart Ullman's office, and we're looking at the thing from a different perspective. We've changed perspective. When we entered, us, the viewer, our eyes, when our eyes entered Stuart Ullman's office, we were here looking this way, towards where Stuart is sitting now. Now we're behind him. Okay, we see these plaques and awards and what have you on the wall. Another kind of print that I can't identify. It might be like an old map or something. Like when I say old, I mean like the 1500s. There's Jack. When Jack comes in, they shake hands, they introduce themselves. Stuart Ullman asks him, would you like a cup of coffee? Jack says, oh, if you're having some, sure, I'll have some too. And then he says to Susie, the red-headed secretary, go get Bill Watson. This is Bill Watson. Bill Watson just walked in. And we see more of these black and white pictures. I told you they're everywhere. All right. And this clutter on the desk, I just can't with this. I just cannot. Another red color is so important in this movie. That's why I mentioned the color of things. Red. Red is a very important color. We just saw a lot of it in that kitchen scene where they're eating the sandwich, the peanut butter jelly sandwich. And here's a little bit of red too. Why is it there? I don't know. I have my ideas, but I'm not going to say anything because I don't know for sure. There are other people who have done this before me, and they have some good ideas. I don't know if I agree with them all, but they're interesting to listen to. And here comes Bill Watson, and Jack is doing the gentlemanly thing and getting up out of his chair. That's what people used to do when somebody entered the room. You get up out of your chair, because that's just good manners, especially if it's a lady. This is not a lady, but it is somebody superior to him because he's looking for a job at this hotel. Okay. And Bill is smiling when he walks in. Make note of that. Bill is smiling. Okay. What else I gotta do? Anything else? I guess this is it for this one. For this screenshot. Okay. Where are we going next? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. Okay, let's see if I can blast through these. Okay, so Bill has entered. They've shaken hands. I didn't include that because I thought it wasn't really that important. I'm concentrating on the items in the room, not just what these people are doing. So Bill comes in. He sits down after shaking hands with Jack. Again, make note of these black and white pictures. These are a little bit different than the ones in the rest of the hotel, I gotta say, but they're still black and white. Most of the ones throughout the hotel are oriented horizontally. Okay, so left to right, horizontally. These, a lot of them are vertical, up and down. Don't know what to make of that. Don't know what to make of that. But anyway, there's the coffee. Wendy's having coffee at home in the Tom and Jerry cup. They're having coffee here in these cups that seem to me at least to have sort of a Greek meander pattern design on the rim. But that's just me. There's this ashtray, this red book, this, paper sorter thing. There's his calendar, Stuart Ullman's calendar, or appointment book, or whatever you want to call it, on the desk. Before the internet and before iPhones and stuff like that, there was a lot of stuff in offices. Pens, pencils, erasers, staplers, this kind of book, that kind of book. Liquid paper, if you made a mistake when you were writing with a pen. You name it. You name it. Anyway, so Bill Watson has sat down and he's spread out. He's done this thing that men do when they're sitting comfortably. Or at least it looks like they're sitting comfortably. So Jack is doing this sort of self-soothing gesture. You can't see it here because it's not a moving picture, but he's kind of rubbing his own knee. He's trying to pacify himself that way. Obviously, he's nervous. He's at a job interview. We've all been to one. They're nerve-wracking job interviews, and he's trying to be cool and everything, but he's on high alert. And here's Bill. He walks in, smiles. He's still smiling. He won't be smiling for long, but that's the next episode. And he just does this thing that men do. And in body language books that I've read, when a man sits like this, it means that he's kind of protective of something, or something that he believes that is his territory or domain. It looks like a relaxing pose, but it's not. And in one body language book I read, and I wish I could remember the title and author and everything, but it was years and years ago. When you see a man sitting like this with his ankle up on his knee, you can just visualize a rifle across his lap because he is protecting something. Never mind the smile. And he's spreading out. He's trying to take up as much space as possible. He's not trying to shrink, kind of like Jack is doing here. He's not, Jack, again, he's trying to be respectful. He realizes that they can very easily turn him down for this job. It is a job interview. Bill Watson, I don't know if Bill Watson really is kind of the power behind the throne in this situation, or, again, look at this. I'm circling it for a reason. What is that? Is it a handkerchief? Is it a piece of paper? Is it, what in the world is it? Whatever it is, it's there. And before you say, oh, that's just a coincidence, it doesn't mean anything. All right, so why is it there? Do you really think that somebody like Stanley Kubrick and the designers and assistants and costume people that he employed for this movie and any other movie that he ever did would let something like this just escape their attention? No. If it's there, it's supposed to be there. That's all I'm going to say about it. Anyway, Bill's putting on a good show. Let me just put it that way. This is not sincere. None of this. None of this. The only thing sincere about it is that Bill feels he's, in my opinion, he's on high alert in some way, shape, or form. Anyway, moving on. Oh, by the way, let me mention what Jack is wearing. This gray suit, green checkered shirt with very small squares, barely noticeable from far away, but they're there. And this weird green tie that looks like somebody's grandmother crocheted it. I don't know what to make of that, but it's there. Okay, moving on. Next one. Oh yes, see, now you can see a close-up. Look at this. Somebody, and I can't remember where. I'm going to have to look it up if I remember to look it up. But one of these blogs that discusses The Shining talked about these black and white photos that you see all over the hotel. And they're usually in arrangements, like several of them at once, all spaced out perfectly. Black and white photographs of people from the past, we presume that they're from the past. And one of these researchers, did a marvelous thing. He said he called those the grids of death. And I don't know who said it. If somebody's listening and they know who said it, let me know. I'm going to look it up anyway because I'm curious, obviously. But somebody called those arrangements of the black and white photos throughout the hotel the grids of death. Because, again, the people in these photographs are probably dead. And they're being memorialized some way by having all of these photographs prominently, very prominently displayed throughout the hotel. It's almost weird that this is a part of the hotel's decor. They don't want their guests, whoever walks into this hotel, they don't want those people to forget or not know about all these people who have been there before. Very weird. But anyway, so here's Jack's suit, shirt, like I said, green and white checks, and this awful tie. Like I said, it looks like it's been crocheted by somebody's grandmama. Something I noticed, and maybe it's not, very easy to see here, but something I've noticed in my many, many viewings of this movie is the redness around the characters' eyes. Jack's eyes and Danny's eyes. Again, it's not very easy to see here, but in like a sharper version of this, you can see very clearly that there's a redness around the eyes for him, and in this case around his mouth too, the chin. Maybe that's razor burn Or maybe it's something else. I don't know. And I remember like coming to a conclusion about it at one point, and I forgot. I forget what I thought. But this redness around the eyes, it might be sleep deprivation. The redness around the eyes might be a result of insomnia. Just speculating. But there's that. Okay, moving on. Next slide, 4 more. This is, oh, good Lord, him again. Notice again the photographs behind him on the wall. These are sepia colored, by the way. This is black and white. This is sepia. So sepia, when you see a photograph that's sepia colored, that means it's like very old. Very old. For those of you who are not aware, sepia means it's like from, the 19th century or something. And again, this clutter. Look at this. These damn cardboard boxes just hanging out like whatever all over this office and the Torrance apartment. I talked about all those books and that laundry on the ironing board with the baseball next to it, and etc., and the salt and pepper shakers and the Q-tips, and I don't like it. Anyway, these damn cardboard boxes. Why don't he has a secretary? She could clean it up. My God. And anyway, here's Bill. He looks a little sleep deprived too. If ooh, this interesting face, very interesting face. Oh, here we get a better look at what's in his jacket pocket. Is this a case for glasses that he's not wearing? I don't know, but it's there. Is it just me, or in that other shot this looks very white? And here it doesn't look white at all. It looks like gray and brown. I don't know. You let me know. And underneath these boxes that I wish somebody would put away, it looks like a refrigerator. It looks like a little personal refrigerator for the office. Maybe he keeps, some cold drinks in there. I don't know. But it's there. It's there. So this is not a high-end kind of place. If they got an office like this with this little God help you refrigerator with these boxes on it. Can't even see what it says on the boxes. Wish I could. Okay, so that's that. And his ears are kind of red too. Oof, yeah, he hasn't been sleeping either. My God. No, that's not just razor burn. That's something. It's not dandruff or seborrheic dermatitis or whatever. No, this is somebody who's weary. Why? We can only speculate. Moving on. 3 more slides. Here he is. He looks a little fresher than the other two. But this desk, though, it's getting on my nerves. We got an ashtray. You could barely see it. It's over here. Another ashtray over here. So this is a time period in American history where smoking was still, basically an okay thing to do wherever you want. You could smoke at the hospital. Not like now. Not like now. But again, I told you this pattern. Is it a meander pattern, or is it little tiny deer, or I don't know, on these coffee cups? I don't know. There's his name plaque. So we know exactly how to spell that name. His date book, his clutter over here, that red book. Oh, he's wearing red, white, and blue too. He's wearing the same kind of tie as Jack, that home sewn or home crocheted looking one. It's just red, burgundy. There's his attaché case, briefcase, whatever you want to call it over here. It's also all cluttered up. Ay. Tape dispenser, that awful orange color from this period in American history. There's an American flag. What is it doing there? I don't know, but it's there. And then there's this for his pens and pencils and what have you. It looks medieval. This cup. Is it a stein? Is this a vessel for drinking grog or something like that? I don't know, but it's there. And he uses it to keep his writing instruments. Okay. And then another file sorter back here. Again, it's about to fall over. It's a mess. Oof. This office is bugging me. There is so much mess in these rooms, in this movie. Nothing is together. Nothing is clean. Nothing is organized. I mean, it's not filthy, but there's certainly clutter, and it doesn't have to be that way. Anyway, moving on. Two more slides. Oh, here he is again. Again, same as before, same as what I just talked about, except this gesture. This gesture. Why is he doing this? The actor who plays this Stuart Ullman character, he's drawing his finger, his index finger, across his nose. And this is why I put this here, because it reminded me. I wonder, when I'm watching a movie, especially a movie like this, these gestures, hand gestures, touching the face, whatever, how much of this is because this is a decision the actor made? Or is it because Stanley Kubrick told him to do this? Same thing with Bill Watson and crossing his legs, the way he crossed his legs and spreading out in that chair. Was that the actor's choice, or was that Stanley Kubrick's choice? I wonder. Because drawing his finger underneath his nose like this, to me it indicates that whatever Stuart Ullman is saying or about to say, he's kind of nervous about it. Is he about to lie? That's what people say. When people touch their nose, they lie. That means they're lying. Is that what's going on here? I don't know. I don't know, but I noticed it and I had to say something about it. So, okay, one more slide. One more slide, you guys. One more slide. Okay. Here you... Oh. Oh, no. That's it. Can't be. Hold on a minute. No. This is the file of the movie. Like I said, I ended at 6 minutes. There it is. This is the final 6 minutes. 6-minute mark on my copy of the movie. Whew. This is where we are in the movie. Now, I have talked this through, every single one of these frames that I screen grabbed to name and identify just about every single object that I could see. Oh, I just saw something else. Okay, remember this red book over here? Well, look behind him, this bookshelf, this low bookshelf behind Stuart Ullman. These binders with labels on the binding, they're red. Okay. Red tie, red binders, red book, red stripes, orange, I'll just call it orange right now, orange walls, orange Scotch tape dispenser. Here goes the stapler. This is an office after all, there's got to be a stapler. Okay, and that's it. Now I'm done. Now I'm done looking at all of these screen grabs. What does it all mean? This video that I'm doing and these videos that I'm going to be doing, this is not for everybody. Okay? Trust and believe. This is not for everybody. I know 99.9% of the population is not going to have the patience for this. Okay? I know that for a fact. But if you're here, if you want to learn something, you're welcome to stay. All right? So, there's that. Now, what did I say? What else did I say that I wanted to talk about? Well, I said I wanted to talk about 2 links that I'll be including in the description. 25 facts about Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. I've read through this. It's pretty good little article. Stephen King. Stanley Kubrick didn't even read the screenplay that Stephen King wrote for The Shining. I'm shocked. Not really. But there's, how many? What did they say? 25. This is worth a read. It's from Mental Floss October 2018, updated in 2020 for some reason. I don't know. And when I read this article, it led me to this here. This is cute. This is a Tumblr page, maintained by somebody mentioned in this article. I think it's another movie director or something like that. But he's such a huge Shining aficionado that he does this Tumblr, and it seems pretty okay. This is 4 months ago, so I'm at the front page, and the last post is 4 months ago. Various art ephemera related to Stanley Kubrick's masterpiece of modern horror, The Shining. Okay, and you click on the archive to go through it. I guess this is a cute little simplified drawing of the hotel, the Overlook Hotel. That's actually the name of the website, theoverlookhotel.com. I'm going to leave that in the description. So, I don't think this is going to be my longest video yet. I'm tired, y'all. I've been talking for over 1.5 hours straight. I hope I've helped somebody. If you're a Shining researcher, a Shining analyst, a Stanley Kubrick analyst, a Shining enthusiast and or aficionado, I hope I helped in some way, shape, or form. I hope I possibly helped point out something that you've overlooked before. If I have, let me know. I just want to know. If I've helped in any way, I don't expect any praise or anything. Just let me know whether or not I've pointed you in the right direction or any direction. Doesn't matter. And what did I say, you guys? Hold on a minute. So yeah, this is going to be in the description, link to this. Now, on this date, February 21st, 2022, I mentioned that I'm going to do a giveaway in the future, and I said that I would be announcing it in this video and explaining how to do it. Okay, you guys, get ready. Some of you have been waiting for this the whole video. Maybe you skipped around, you red-balled the video waiting for this. Well, okay, no, you had to go all the way to the end. So how do you do the giveaway? Okay, first, you have to be subscribed to the channel. All right, and because otherwise there's no way of getting a prize if you're not subscribed to the channel. Second thing you have to do is, I need you to, in this video that you're watching right now, I need you to comment giveaway and, with the word giveaway, and I need you to write a comment that says anything at all. Okay, giveaway and possibly some constructive criticism. Yes, bring it on. All right. And constructive did you like the video? Did you not like the video? If you didn't like the video, that's cool. That's okay. Just be civil about it. That's all I want. And of course, like I said, the word giveaway. That's okay. So number 1, be subscribed to the channel. Just hit the subscribe button. Number 2, preferably like, and comment under this video with the word giveaway, and give me any kind of criticism or commentary about this video that you're watching right now. And number 3, this is the most important part, make sure that I'm able to contact you via email. Like in your About page on your YouTube account, I need to see this. If I don't see a place where I can click and email you and let you know that you won, that disqualifies you immediately. Because I'm not going to let you know that you won in the comments of the video. No, that's not, that's not polite. So, what did I say? Subscribe, comment, and make sure that I'm able to contact you so I can get a mailing address to mail you your prize, which is a Shining related prize. And that's it. That's how you enter and qualify for the giveaway. I will be letting you know, what is it today? I guess the giveaway I will do the giveaway for, I'm counting in my head, so I'm sorry about that. I guess I will do the giveaway for, I'll give you 2 weeks. Okay, so after the date that this video drops, I will give you exactly 14 days after the premiere date of this video to subscribe, comment, and get your email address together so I can contact you and let you know. I'll be mentioning it again in the next 2 weeks, so you know, in the videos leading up to the deadline for this giveaway, I will be talking about it. So that's that. I will, and in the description of this video, I will let you know when the deadline is to enter and qualify for the giveaway. Other than that, my stars, hasn't it been a long video? I think I'll end this video here because this is a cute article, and there's his face again. Isn't it darling? So here's Jack Nicholson. That's right. That's exactly right. So yeah, I did my video. I explained how to enter the giveaway. Subscribe, comment, make sure I can contact you via email on your YouTube page, and that's it. And I'll put the deadline in the description underneath this video. That's all the administrative business. That's all the church announcements I'm going to do for today. Other than that, I want to thank you for watching. And if you would like to, if you want to enter the giveaway or not, doesn't matter. If you like the video, subscribe, hit the like button because that does help me. Leave a comment. Let me know how I did. And if you think that this video is share worthy, please do feel free to share it with anybody you like. So that being said, until next time, I've got many more videos in the works. Shining videos, Hunter Biden videos, art history videos, art history lectures, religious art lectures, other movies that I would like to talk about, like I said, The Exorcist and Hereditary and, other stuff. So until then, until the next time that I talk at you for way too long, I will once again thank you for watching, and I will go ahead and bid you bye-bye. So, bye-bye, everybody.